So we begin our morning on the long, lonesome road known as the Dixie Highway. And if you look over here, we have a genuine piece of Dixie Highway history. This archway was actually built over top the original Dixie Highway in the 1920s. So yes, it is another beautiful day here on the Dixie Highway. We should be heading into Florida relatively soon and continuing south from there. A huge thank you to all of you who have been following along on this adventure, riding in my proverbial backseat. It is greatly appreciated, and I just wanted to let you guys know, the best way to support this channel is just watch the videos. I do have years and years of back catalog on this channel. I visited the 48 continental United States and have videos from every state, roadside attractions, amusement parks, haunted houses, museums, all sorts of fun stuff. So check out some of my old videos. If you would like to help in additional ways, I do a Patreon where I send out postcards once a month, as well as sell enamel pins in the Etsy shop. All that information is in the description. Without further ado, let's hit that long, lonesome road. Here in the small rural town of Pelham, Georgia, I actually have this super helpful sign here that tells you the distance to all these different locations. The North Pole up there is 4,103 miles. That doesn't even seem that far. Reykjavik is 3,465. All these places are very far away. Madrid, Madrid, Tokyo are further than the North Pole. I don't know. I'm not that good at geography. Yeah, very helpful. Even points you in the correct direction. And here we have another Dixie Highway marker. As you can see right there. I wonder if this was at one point an archway like the one we saw before. It does appear that there was something else over there, but there's not a pillar here on the other side. Here in Ochlockie, Georgia, we have a payphone. Now, let's see. What do you think? Is this gonna work? Let's listen. Does not work. Dang. Does anyone know Spanish? An important part to any road trip is like snacks, like road snacks. Seems like there's certain snacks that you only eat when you're on the road. For me, I think these pickled sausages are one thing that I almost always get at gas stations. When I'm at home, I don't think I would ever eat a pickled sausage, but when you're on the road, it's part of the experience. Let me know in the comment section what you think what your road trip snack is, your go-to. What do you stock up on when you go to the gas station? So good. And here we enter the southernmost state on the Dixie Highway, Florida, the Sunshine State. This billboard for Tallahassee Memorial Healthcare says they will put you back together again. Look at some poor Humpty Dumpty there. Has broken his leg, broken his arm, and split open his eggy head. Well, look at this. Normally when you see a Whataburger, you think of Texas, but here's a Whataburger in Tallahassee, Florida. Let's get some lunch. Now they don't have the speakers out here anymore, but you can park under this awning. All right, so here we have our Whataburger. Let's give that a big bite. This is a very good hamburger. It has a very thin patty, so almost like a classic diner style hamburger. We took a slight detour to Lloyd, Florida, because I wanted to check out Johnny Appleseed holding a donut. Yes, this is clearly a work of Mark Klein, the fiberglass wizard out of Natural Bridge, Virginia. And I believe he was holding a cup of coffee at one point, but it looks like someone stole his arm. I did want to leave some Carpetbagger coaster postcards here, so we'll be hiding them here behind Johnny Appleseed's feet. Let's stick them under this log right here, and if you do come and get one, just take one or two. Leave some for someone else. Been on this section of the highway here for quite some time. I think the road is made out of wet sand. Driving down the Dixie Highway, and I noticed something over here on the side of the road. Yeah, that's not a real duck. I think that's is that a decoy? Is that something that someone would use duck hunting? Got some car part people here. Is that a Green Bay Packers fan right there? And this one's even got a little car part dog. Two little car part dogs right there. Stopped off here in the appropriately named Cross City, Florida, as we find another set of coffin daffer crosses here on the side of the road. I just saw some yesterday. They were placed by a traveling reverend named Bernard Coffindaffer, and looks like this set actually has some lights strung up on it, so maybe it glows at night. One day I'm gonna try Hunt Brothers Pizza. Not today, but someday. Look at these biblical murals on the side of this church. Let's see on the top, I think that's, yeah, Moses. Yeah, Moses and the Israelites crossing the Dead Sea. Over to the left, they have Noah's Ark. And then to the right, there's the birth of Jesus. Some more murals. Here on the front, we have Jesus walking on the water. Over here we have the Last Supper. All of the apostles. Which one's Judas? Is that Judas? He's making a mean face. And I'm not 100% sure, but I think this is a scene from Revelations, maybe? Does anyone know which angel that would be? Not saying this to be sacrilegious, but reminds me of Sephiroth from Final Fantasy VII. Got a storage facility here, and they've advertised by putting red cups through the fence. I am genuinely shocked that no hooligans have moved around those cups a little bit. Trim Auction Services has this awesome fiberglass Santa outside. Now unfortunately, the gate's closed here, so we can't go get a closer look, but out front they have a Sinclair dinosaur, a Bob's Big Boy, and I forget the name of that little Esso guy. That palm tree is going for a ride in a boat. That's ridiculous. Currently in Gainesville, Florida, I wanted to check out this. They have a solar walk, they call it. It is a replica of the solar system built to scale, because the scale is 4 billion to 1. So just as we look at this, multiply everything by 4 billion. Start out here at the sun. Let's see, there's some facts about the sun. The gravity is 28 times that of Earth. It's called our star because it's the only star that belongs to Earth. Here is Mercury. There's, I guess that is maybe a, is that a symbol? A symbol for Mercury? After Mercury, we have Halley's Comet. Next up, Venus. We got the feminine symbol there, and it says the universe is but a kaleidoscope which turns within the mind. And here's my personal favorite planet, Earth. It's the only planet that allows me to breathe. Coming up on the red planet, Mars. So I guess Venus is the female planet. The Mars is the male. Oh, men are from Mars, women are from Venus, and all that. Yeah. Okay, the next planet is a little ways off. I wonder how long this is. This sure is a big solar system. Yes, and in case you were wondering, all the planets are Pokestops. What's it they used to say? Girls go to Jupiter to get more stupider. Boys go to Mars to get more candy bars. Here's a nice relaxing Florida stream. And here we have Saturn. Does anyone remember the Sega Saturn? Remember my dad got me a Sega Saturn for Christmas one year. Oh man, it's getting really far in between planets. Just the size of the solar system here, it just makes me feel like I'm a lonely, insignificant speck on a has-been planet orbited by a cold and indifferent sun. Yeah, as you're walking along the solar walk here, on your right there is a nature preserve. Does anyone know what kind of skeleton this is? Gosh, can't believe I've walked all this way just to get to Uranus. I don't think I ever realized that Uranus was called Ghoul of the Heavens. Yeah, this is a really long walk. They trick you by putting the first couple planets right next to each other. Now we've arrived at Neptune, but it does appear, I'm looking very, very closely in the distance, there does appear to be one more planet. Could it be? Could it be? Well, this is interesting. We find Halley's Comet once again. I guess it's furthest from the sun, so I guess Halley's Comet comes out past Neptune, but then goes back over by Earth. Wow, I guess I didn't understand how Halley's Comet worked. There he is, my old friend Pluto. Yeah, it was truly devastating when I was told that Pluto was no longer a planet. Not only they told me Pluto, not only was it no longer a planet, Pluto was never a planet to begin with. It's almost like when you have a good friend, it's part of your circle of friendship, kind of like the solar system is a big circle. It's like when you have a friend in that circle, and then you find out that person's no longer your friend. Not only are they no longer your friend, they were never your friend to begin with. So yes, I walked all the way from the sun to Pluto in this 4 billion to 1 scale. So now I just got to repeat that 4 billion times, and I'll know what it's like to walk to the real Pluto. At least they do provide you with this space bench to sit down and recoup your energy. And I think I will need to take a moment here on the space bench, because I just remembered I parked all the way back by the sun. 4, 3, 2, 1, Earth below us, drifting, falling, floating, weightless, calling, calling home. If you look closely, you can see there's 2 deer staring at me from the woods. Oh, he just turned his tail and ran. Oh my, I never thought I'd see the sun again. Okay, so let's do the math here. If Pluto is 3.7 billion miles from the sun, we divide that by 4, because this says 4 billion times scale. I walked 0.925 miles, so almost a mile. Well, I walked twice, so I walked almost 2 miles to see all the planets. So long, solar system. Stopped off here at Satchel's Pizza. Very interesting building. See a fence made out of hubcaps. Appears to be some sort of cougar or leopard on top of the building there. And over here there's a wall of trophies. These are all different varieties. We have hockey trophies, baseball trophies, t-ball trophies. My mom made me play so much t-ball. Oh, there's a karate trophy right there. The compound extends back here, where we have a terrifying fighter jet flying through the air. And just look at this fountain here. That is pretty fascinating. You can see those cups turning, those bicycle wheels, and in the concrete there's all sorts of wonderful things embedded. That is genuinely impressive. Back here you can see some art on the walls, sorts of toys embedded in the wall. There's dominoes, little football players. We have baby Jesus wearing a mask. It's like the back of this VW bus. It's actually a eating area if you want to crawl in there. Apparently they actually make their own soda. It's this homemade grape soda. Ooh, that is delicious. All right, my dinner has arrived. This is a steak and cheese calzone with a big bucket of marinara sauce. All right, let's give this a try. Oops. That's so good. So Satchel's pizza, very, very good pizza, or calzone at least, but very good. Then the homemade soda was excellent as well. But before we go, I did want to ask for some help. I figured we needed to come up with a name for our new travel companion, for the duck that was abandoned alongside the Dixie Highway. So leave a suggestion on what we should call our friend here. But appreciate you guys joining me. As always, you can help support the channel by watching the videos. If you'd like to help in other ways, you can donate to Patreon. $3 or more will get you a postcard once a month. Also, we're selling some merchandise, including enamel pins, in the Etsy shop. And until tomorrow morning, this one's in the bag.